Have you tried everything to get rid of that annoying mucus in your throat, but nothing seems to work? The worst part is that most people treat the symptom without knowing the real cause, so the problem never truly goes away. The truth is that this excess phlegm might be a sign that something more serious is happening inside your body. And no, we're not just talking about colds or infections, but hidden conditions that most people completely overlook. And what's even worse, some of these causes could be linked to the food you eat, the air you breathe, or even the way your body reacts to stomach acid. Yes, the answer to this constant inflammation might be far from your throat. But here's the good news. Once you understand what's really happening, it becomes much easier to fix the problem for good, without relying on endless medications. So if you're tired of dealing with this discomfort, keep watching, because what you're about to learn might change your life. That annoying feeling of mucus in your throat, which never seems to go away, can be a real mystery. But the truth is, there are clear reasons behind it. Reflux, chronic sinusitis, allergies, and chronic rhinitis are the most common causes, and many people don't even suspect them. The worst part? Treating the wrong issue only makes things worse. The good news is that once you understand exactly what's happening, you can get rid of this problem once and for all. Reflux might be the hidden culprit behind your constant throat irritation. Many people associate it only with heartburn, but stomach acid can silently rise and trigger excess mucus production as a defense mechanism. If you wake up feeling like you need to clear your throat, have a persistent cough, or even unexplained hoarseness, reflux could be the stealthy villain. But don't worry. We'll soon dive into how you can manage this without giving up all your favorite foods. If that mucus sensation comes with a stuffy nose and headaches, the problem might be in your sinuses. Chronic sinusitis is an ongoing inflammation that blocks proper mucus drainage, leaving your throat constantly irritated. And what causes this? Nasal polyps, a deviated septum, pollution, and even sudden temperature changes. If you live in a big city or spend a lot of time indoors, your respiratory system might be struggling without you realizing it. The good news? There are effective ways to relieve this without relying on nasal sprays forever. Sometimes, the environment isn't to blame. Your body might be reacting badly to certain foods. This is where allergies and food intolerances come in. Who would have thought that your morning coffee with milk or a simple slice of bread could be the reason behind your chronic inflammation? Some people are highly sensitive to dairy, gluten, tomatoes, and even citrus fruits, which can trigger excess mucus production without them realizing it. If you notice throat irritation, an itchy mouth, or even a stuffy nose after eating certain foods, it might be time to rethink your diet. But hold on, we're about to dive into how to identify and fix this issue. If this content resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and drop a comment letting us know which of these causes you suspect might be affecting you. Let's figure out how to solve this problem once and for all. Not everyone realizes it, but reflux might be the hidden culprit behind that constant mucus sensation in your throat. The problem occurs when stomach acid flows back into the esophagus, irritating the airways and forcing the body to produce even more mucus as a defense mechanism. The craziest part? Many people don't experience heartburn or stomach pain but instead suffer from persistent coughing, a lump in the throat feeling, hoarseness, and even shortness of breath. And ignoring the problem can lead to chronic inflammation, making recovery much more difficult. If you've ever woken up in the middle of the night with a dry cough or the sudden urge to clear your throat, you might be dealing with silent reflux. Reflux doesn't just happen after big meals. It can be triggered by everyday habits like drinking coffee on an empty stomach, overindulging in chocolate, or eating fried foods before bed. Plus, sleeping with your head too low makes it easier for acid to rise, worsening symptoms. If this sounds familiar, it may be time to make some strategic changes to avoid this discomfort. The first step is to reduce foods that irritate the stomach and increase acid production. Coffee, alcohol, fatty foods, and even citrus fruits can be powerful reflux triggers. But don't panic. This doesn't mean you'll never be able to eat these things again. The key is balance and meal timing. A smart approach is to avoid eating at least 2 hours before bed and to slightly elevate the head of your bed. Small adjustments like these can make a massive difference and significantly reduce mucus buildup in your throat. If lifestyle changes aren't enough, it's worth considering other factors that could be making things worse. Stress, for example, can increase stomach acid production, making reflux even more aggressive. Breathing techniques, stretching, and a regular sleep routine can help manage the issue from the inside out. And if you've tried everything and nothing seems to work, it might be time to consult a specialist to see if something more serious is going on. But hold on, there are other reasons behind excess mucus, and one of them might be right above your head. If your throat always feels clogged with mucus, but you also deal with a constantly stuffy nose and that annoying pressure in your forehead, you might be suffering from chronic sinusitis. This condition occurs when the sinuses stay inflamed for long periods, preventing proper mucus drainage. The result: mucus buildup, headaches, and a heavy feeling in your face. And the worst part? Many people mistake it for a stubborn cold and go months or even years without addressing the real issue. Pollution in big cities, dry air, and even untreated allergies can worsen this inflammation, making sinusitis a daily struggle. Those living in areas with lots of dust or sudden temperature changes may notice their symptoms getting worse at certain times of the year. Plus, factors like a deviated septum or nasal polyps can make mucus drainage even harder, turning this into a recurring problem. If you feel like your nose is always blocked no matter the season, it might be time to take a closer look. The good news is that there are effective ways to relieve sinusitis without relying on decongestants forever. Keeping proper hydration is key to thinning out mucus and making drainage easier. Drinking plenty of water and consuming herbal teas like chamomile and peppermint can help loosen up secretions. Additionally, nasal rinses with saline solution are a simple yet powerful way to clean out the sinuses and reduce inflammation. If you haven't tried it yet, start with a nasal irrigator or even a syringe with warm saline. The difference can be incredible. Another great strategy is using steam inhalation. Breathing in hot water vapor with eucalyptus or rosemary can help open up the airways and reduce excess mucus in the throat. Some people also find relief by using air humidifiers, especially at night when dryness tends to make congestion worse. Small daily habits like these can completely change your relationship with sinusitis and significantly ease that constant discomfort in your throat. But what if the problem isn't caused by your environment, but by the food you eat? Many people don't make the connection, but what you put on your plate could be directly linked to excess mucus in your throat. Certain foods, like dairy, gluten, tomatoes, and citrus fruits, can trigger an inflammatory response in the body, leading to increased mucus production. And the trickiest part? The symptoms can be subtle, like a slight itch in your mouth, a stuffy nose after meals, or that persistent phlegm sensation with no clear cause. In other words, you might be dealing with a food-related issue without even realizing it. If you notice that your throat feels irritated after eating certain foods or that you need to clear your voice more often, it could be a sign of allergies or food intolerances. Dairy, for example, is a major culprit for many people because it can thicken mucus, making it harder to clear. Gluten, on the other hand, can cause inflammatory reactions that even affect the respiratory system. That's why some people experience a dramatic improvement when they cut these foods from their diet for a while. But how do you know if a food is causing your issues? The best way is to try a simple test. Eliminate the suspected food from your diet for 2 to 3 weeks and see if your symptoms improve. If your throat feels clearer and the phlegm reduces, you may have found the hidden cause of the problem. Another option is to get allergy testing from a specialist to pinpoint any sensitivities. The key here is understanding that small dietary changes can lead to massive relief from daily discomfort. Additionally, choosing foods that help reduce inflammation can be a game changer. Antioxidant-rich foods like ginger, turmeric, and garlic have powerful anti-inflammatory properties that can help balance your body's response. Swapping dairy for plant-based milk and replacing regular bread with gluten-free options can make a huge difference for those with sensitivities. And the best part? You don't have to give up the joy of eating. You just need to find alternatives that work better for your body. Now, if your problem isn't caused by what you eat, it might be caused by what you breathe. And that's exactly what we'll talk about next. Oh, and if this content is helping you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and drop a comment sharing whether you've ever suspected that a certain food was affecting you. Your experience might help others too. Now that you understand what might be behind that persistent mucus in your throat, the real question is, what are you going to do with this information? Will you keep ignoring it and accepting the discomfort as normal, or will you take action to finally solve the problem? Small changes can make a huge difference. Adjusting your diet, improving the air quality in your home, or treating reflux the right way might be exactly what you need to get rid of this irritating sensation for good. Here's a challenge for you. Start paying attention to your body. Do certain foods make your symptoms worse? Could your environment be triggering your rhinitis or sinusitis? Track it for a few days and see if anything needs to change. And if you want to keep learning about health issues that often go unnoticed, there's a video on the channel you need to watch. If your child shows these signs, act fast. Everything you need to know about childhood meningitis. It may seem like a different topic, but knowing these signs can be essential for protecting your family. If this content helped you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any tips that can improve your health and quality of life. And tell me in the comments, which of these causes do you think might be affecting you? Let's talk and find the best solution together.